Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my December book haul. So, as you can imagine, this is a pretty hefty haul. I apologise for the kind of dressed down comfort vibe of this video. My apartment has been overtaken by unpacking and Christmas gifts, including Christmas books, and I want to film my physical TBR. So I need to get this wrap up filmed to film that, so all my new books are on my shelves. I hope that makes sense. We have many things to talk about today, including books I bought myself, both secondhand and full price while I was over in the States. Book of the month orders, I have 5 books to talk you through there, and also Christmas presents, of course. I had so many lovely presents this year that I can't wait to show you all. But yeah, I didn't really set myself a limit for books to buy in the US. I've got quite a few. Let's just dive in. The first book I bought myself is one that I definitely have already, but I really wanted this edition. I'm just trying to peel the price sticker off and it's not playing ball. So it's one of the only second-hand books I bought this month, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So I was talking about how this is one of my favourite books of all time, and I don't think it will ever be replaced. And then I found a $2.50 hardback in Goodwill. So I knew I had to get it so that I can hold on to this book forever. I'm going to unhaul my physical copy and keep this on my shelves. It's a firm favourite. I know it will be every time I read it, and yeah, I just wanted a nicer edition. I'm not going to be able to talk for too long about some of these books because there are lots, so apologies if anything is a bit brief. The other secondhand book I got was Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. I have been intrigued by this since it was announced, but never got my hands on it. It then ended up being a $1.49 paperback in Goodwill, so I picked it up. This is the author of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a book I really loved when I read it, and it is actually a very chunky horror. We're talking over 600 pages. It's the floppiest paperback to ever flop. All of the edges are kind of wearing down, so it's not like a beautifully presented book, but I'm thinking if I need to read a long horror for any particular reason, this would be a really good one. The writing is tiny on the pages, but just look at the flop. I couldn't leave it. Next up, we have a trip to Target. And if you saw that weekly reading vlog, if it's gone live yet, when it goes live, I'm not sure. I'm all out of whack with when the vlogs are going up. But Cole said, would you like me to pick you a book? And then you'll have to buy it. Didn't offer to buy it, rude. Obviously kidding. But he picked How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine. This seems to be a YA slasher type horror. I haven't looked more into it. There's something about a corn maze on Halloween, so something I would typically pick up for myself, but I hadn't heard of this one, and I'm glad Cole picked it out for me. The other book I got on that trip was 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. I need to get that sticker off. I need to do that before I put it away. I've seen people going crazy about this on TikTok, saying that TikTok has been deleted and is still deleted, so I used to see people go crazy about this, and apparently it's horrifically sad, so I don't know, I thought I'd take some emotion. Then I actually ordered myself a book off Pango Books. I hope that you have seen my wrap up by now, but a book that I really enjoyed this December is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. I had a really beat up paperback and I'd already given it to my mother-in-law before I decided that I actually wanted to keep it. So clearly I can't just request it back. And I thought this is a book that I want to revisit potentially every Christmas, so I went and got myself the Book of the Month edition. It's such a lovely hardback. It's in perfect condition, and I think including shipping I paid like $5 for this, which is crazy. But yeah, this was a book I really liked in December, so check out my wrap up for more on that. And then the final books I bought myself on my trip, excluding Book of the Month, I went to Barnes & Noble and bought 3 books, one of which was on my wish list, 2 were spontaneous. The one that was on my wish list is The Obsession by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Well, I can't speak. All of these books are YA that I picked up, and it says a classic sort of love story, except someone might wind up dead. So intrigued. I wanted to read that one for a while, so I'm glad I got my hands on it. I then got The Castle School for Troubled Girls by Alyssa Sheenmull. This one I had actually heard of when I looked back and added this to Goodreads because I'd seen a different cover, but I definitely prefer this cover, and yeah, it was so different that I didn't realise I'd heard of it before. This seems to be a boarding school for troubled girls, and they find a boarding school for troubled boys in the same deep Maine woods. Apparently there is a castle school for boys too. It's a heartbreaking and atmospheric dive into trauma and grief. Let's go with it. And the final book I got in Barnes & Noble is Live Your Best Lie, rather, by Jessie Weaver. It says her Instagram is to die for, and this is something to do with a social media influencer who posts, and it's not a scheduled normal post, something along the lines of, if you don't follow my instructions, the social media influencer is going to be murdered. So very different, not something I've seen before, and yeah, the cover really just drew me into this one. Then we have my book of the month orders. So I ordered 5 books throughout November and December and then picked them up on my trip. The first one is The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. I hadn't heard people talk about this, but then it was in the Goodreads Awards. I saw maybe Heather from Bookables mention it and decided it looked really fun. I can't tell you anything about it, really. Years ago, a reclusive, mega best-selling author quit writing under mysterious circumstances. Suddenly, he resurfaces with a brand new book and a one-of-a-kind competition, offering a prize that will change the winner's life. It's a book about books. I thought it'd be fun. Then I have The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, which is The Golden Couple, Perfection is Deceiving. Some sort of domestic thriller. I'm going to run through the books a bit quicker, especially the ones I bought myself. We then have Vampires of Al Nort by Isabel Cañas. I hope I've pronounced that okay, including the title. But this is vampires in the Texas-Mexico border, a supernatural western from the author of The Hacienda, which I also haven't read yet, and I'm pretty sure I just butchered the pronunciation of that. But yeah, this also was in the Goodreads Awards. People loved it this year, so I grabbed it. We then have No One Can Know, with a bit of fluff, by Kate Alice Marshall. This is a horror thriller. 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. This is from the author of Rules for Vanishing, which I only recently read and decided I wanted to give her stuff another go. And then finally we have Dangerous Alliance by Janique Cohen. And this says an ostentatious romance. It's a romance inspired by the Austen books, apparently. Something to do with books as well. Vicky, or Lady Victoria Aston, who must get married or find herself and her family destitute. It's giving me Bridgerton, so I'm here for it. And now we have the lovely gifts. The first one I would like to mention is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, which was a gift from the lovely Marlene. I opened that just before I went on my travels, and I had decided that in December I was reading all of my Christmas books. So I took that one along with me and did actually read it on my trip. I didn't absolutely love it, which you would have seen from my wrap-up, which meant that it didn't really warrant me bringing it back. So although I am incredibly grateful for this gift and I read it pretty much instantly, I don't have it in my haul to show you. So thank you again, Marlene, for Wreck the Halls and for adding a Christmas book to my TBR. We then have a set of true crime books that I got from the lovely Chelsea. We have Gangsters, Notorious Villains, Serial Killers Addicted to Murder, and Crimes of Passion, Love Kills. So these are all individual, like A to Z true crime non-fictions. I don't know when I'm going to pick these up. I think I'm going to dive into them and read little bits at a time. Even flicking through the books, there's so many names that I've never ever heard of before. There are lots of pictures to give you, what am I saying? Give you context into the cases. And yeah, I think this is going to be really fun in a way that true crime can be. You know what I'm saying if you like true crime. Just ignore my babbling. So thank you, Chelsea, for these. Emily then continued on that theme by getting me The Murder Files by Sam Pilger. This is History's Greatest Secrets Revealed, and it is again some kind of true crime collection. I'm just trying to find anything I recognize because this looks like it's going to give me a lot of information. Oh my god, there's a whole section on celebrity murders. That's fun. Section 4 is on Murder Most Gruesome, another true crime collection of stuff, so thank you, Emily, for that one. Oh, before I finish, Emily also got me To Sir Philip with Love, which is book 5 of the Bridgerton series. So, I mean, it's going to be redundant every time I say it, so thank you again, Emily, for getting me these books. Next up was Rachel, who got me The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. I very recently read The Housemaid. I loved it, so I was really excited to pick up the second book in that series. So thank you, Rachel, for getting me this one. I really appreciate it. I feel like I'm just going to be saying the same words. All these people know that I appreciate it because I've messaged them and such, but you know, it doesn't hurt to say thank you again. We have one from Rhiannon, which is Liar's Beach by Katie Cotugno, and I saw Naomi talk about this one and thought it sounded quite interesting. A body in the pool, a friend who might be an enemy, a vacation they'll never forget. It seems like a really fun YA mystery, and that's why I was eager to pick it up, so thank you, Rhiannon, for this one. We then have 2 books from the lovely Faith, one of which I can't believe it's so thick. Like, where this is fitting on my shelves, I don't know. We have Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, which is an absolute whopper. It's about 750 pages, so, you know, Cassie Clare did it again. This is book 3 in the... I don't know what the series is called, The Last Hours. Book 3 in the Last Hours series. I am nowhere near caught up with reading these books, but I now have all of them for when I finally get there. And she also got me My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and Al J. Shen. I'd seen this around and thought it looked interesting. It may have been nominated for Goodreads Awards, I'm not sure. But who could see that cover and not be interested? It's a dark romance, is all I can tell you. Is it mafia? It could be. It could be mafia. It's some sort of dark romance. It looks really fun. So thank you, Faith, for these. The lovely Laura then got me The Half-Burnt House by Alex North. I have read both of Alex North's books. I think there's 2. The Whisper Man and The Shadow Friend. Those are the UK titles. This one is called Different Things in Different Countries, I'm pretty sure. And they're just really creepy, like horror, mystery kind of books. And it says on the front, they say when the wind blows, it sounds like a scream. And I am down for that. So thank you, Laura. One from a family member now is Vengeance of the Pirate Queen by Trisha Levenseller, which is book 3 in the Daughter of the Pirate King series. So this one is actually, I don't know if she'll be watching, but if she is, Evie, thank you very much for this present because it came from your family. I'm interested to read this one. The cover is completely different to the first 2 books, both the UK and the US edition. I'm pretty sure it is just a direct 3rd book in the series, but I haven't heard many people talk about it, and I don't know, I kind of vibe with this cover and the eyeballs on bits of seaweed or something. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty cool. And finally, the last 3 books and the last gift I have in this haul are from the lovely Amy. Everyone's just the lovely and then their name. And we have Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, which says, my name is Amber Reynolds. There are 3 things you should know about me. I'm in a coma, my husband doesn't love me anymore, and sometimes I lie. I've heard mixed things about this book, but I thought it sounded intriguing and wanted to give it a go. We then have The Stand-In by Lily Chu, which is a completely different vibe. This is a contemporary, potentially romance, about a girl called Gracie who accidentally upends her life by being mistaken for a Chinese celebrity. And the final one is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. I heard about this when I got her other book, which the brain is malfunctioning. I'll put it on the screen, her other book, and then I found out about this one. What If the Past is Better Left Buried? So a mystery thriller again. So these ones were all from Amy. Thank you so much, Amy. I really appreciate you, as I appreciate everyone who has been mentioned in this haul. So I need to now go and find space for all of these books, which is completely ridiculous. I don't know where I'm going to put them. One thing I did mention in my vlog, again, I'm not sure if you've seen this vlog yet, but I am always incredibly disappointed by advent calendars, and this year in particular. So it has been decided by the powers that be, i.e. some of you guys have suggested it, that I should make myself my own advent calendar this year and wrap up books from my book hauls that I have bought myself in order to surprise myself with them again in December. I need to keep some sort of record, so here we go. In the book haul, I'm going to tell myself which 3 books I'm going to wrap up just in case I forget where they've gone. I'm going to have The Golden Couple, Live Your Best Lie, and wait, that's it. I think I can only pick 2. No, I need to pick 3, otherwise it's going to be too close. Okay, screw it. The next one is going to be Dangerous Alliance. So Dangerous Alliance, Live Your Best Lie, and The Golden Couple are going to be books in my 24 books to open in Advent this year. Let me know if there are any books in this book haul that you absolutely loved and you need me to get to soon. Unless it's one of these, then I might be waiting a little while. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.